Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to a interesting new edition. Well, it's live. I don't know if it will be interesting. I hope it will be interesting. Addition to live Noodles. If you haven't seen these on our Facebook page, they are pretty simple, explanatory. You can ask me for questions, any questions that you do have, or song requests especially. I should have one of my guys from the shop moderating this as well. So hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are safe and having fun. Having fun practicing, especially, of course. What else are we going to do these days? But I do these on Facebook primarily, and I've started doing some on our ACB YouTube channel as well. Trying to just have some fun. And if you have any questions and want to pick my brain, please go right ahead. But I'm here for you. So I thought I'd use my favorite horn, which is the ACB Copernicus or Copernicus, depending on if you ask Neil or if you ask me. This is a copper plated horn that's then lacquered. So let me do a little playing. Let me know how the mic levels are, please. Thanks. How's the mic level? Is it okay? Just let me know. Red clay, of course. Now, the real book key is wrong. Of course, you hopefully will know that the song they did in the real book, they play it in C minor, but it's actually D flat. So, wish I had my band here. There's no band, but again, if you're just tuning in, this is a live session in the comfort of my basement studio. This side is the video side, but the other side is the work side. Wow, cool song suggestions. But hold on a second. Let me turn this talking mic off and I'll play. I haven't played this since high school, sorry. Trying to remember the Freddie solo, right? Nothing like playing in E flat minor on the trumpet. But again, this is Live Noodles. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. It was very impromptu. I'll schedule one of these maybe in the future. I hope you're enjoying some of the new videos and the daily tunes that I'm putting up. Our staff, by the way, continues to work. We're all working from home. In fact, one of my awesome staff members is moderating this forum. That's Josh at ACB. So if you have any questions about the shop, please let me know. But let Josh know. He might answer them while I'm noodling. But and this is very lo-fi. This is just one microphone for talking and one microphone for playing, completely raw with no edits, of course. So, hey, Mark, how are you? And autumn leaves. Okay, autumn leaves in the spring, so we can think about better times that were in the fall. Autumn leaves. Of course, they add a beat per bar. Yeah, it's a very fun one. That's standard time, right? I used to love his entrance into Caravan. He has that huge F sharp, low F sharp. Gets that really meaty sound on the low F sharp. But if you're just tuning in, I do these things on occasion, not that often here on YouTube, but a lot on our Facebook page. That's Copernicus, and they're Live Noodles, where you can ask for a song request, you can ask a question about the shop, you can ask just a trumpet practice question, just in general. It's more of just a thing we can give back to y'all, and I hope you're enjoying some of the newer videos. A little bit better quality than what we've been doing in the past, so we keep refining, of course, and that's hopefully what you're doing in your practice sessions as well, is just to keep refining and keep pushing yourself and motivating yourself to practice. So let's see, what was it? Someone asked for. Okay, yeah, cool. And thank you. I on this one, at least on the program that I'm using, which is a software called Ecamm Live, I can't see who tunes in and ask for things, versus on Facebook or Instagram, I sometimes can see who's actually coming in. So if you have a general question, please post them. Otherwise, I'll do something smooth with this guy, which is, if I have to get that a little closer, that's my TF mouthpiece. You can see, hold on. So the normal length of a trumpet, and this is actually a shorter shank. You can see, you can't really see, hold on. If I could hold them by the edge. So that would be equal. Hello, Dolly. I don't know if I know that one. I'm just kidding. 15 years since I played that one. But then, any news on when the lockdown will end in KC? Now, technically, we're under a stay-at-home order until the 23rd of April, or 24th. But the mayor's already suggested that we're probably going to extend it, and it's probably for the best. Of course, we want everybody to be safe. Now, we are shipping 1 day a week. So if there's something that you would like to order, you can reach out to us at info@austinCustomBrass.com. But any questions that you have shop related, just call us or reach out to us, because our guys are working constantly. We're keeping our spirits up. So, but yeah, you got to play Hello Dolly in all 12 keys. I always like playing songs in as many keys as possible, because if you can play it in, you don't necessarily have to do 12 keys. That's the whole thing. Play it in 12 keys, you know it. But if you can play it in 6 keys, then you probably can play it in 12 keys. So, cheers from Canada. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks everybody for your great support of, is that, I think, Donald, I think that's this, but I'm not sure. I'm not so great with titles, but. Is that the one? You've probably heard that live version of that. I think that's the song. It's like the McCoy thing with Freddie, right? There's that live version of McCoy and Joe Henderson and Freddie, and they start like "Bo-buddy," that it. And by the time it gets to Freddie's solo, they've sped up so much. It's like "Bo-buddy." It's like at least 50 clicks faster. So, Ben, how are you, my friend? We'll play that for you. I hope you're doing well, staying safe. Can't wait to see you at the shop again when we can reopen. you a little bit on that last day. But again, thanks for tuning in. Live Noodles, ask a song, say hello, let me know where you're coming from. I see some of our great supporters of this shop. Thank you so much for all you guys do for us. The shop is still running. We are just a little slower in getting the shipments out. I already played Red Clay, and what's it all about anyways, Alfie? Let me have a little. One of the best things that comes from Massachusetts, and I'm teasing Josh, our crack assistant here. He knows exactly why, because Josh telecommutes for us, but when he didn't telecommute for us, he used to come in every day with some polar seltzer because he lived close to the factory. And I guess there was like some sort of spigot that you could just get free seltzer water from. So anyways, look what I put out for Josh. So, Patrouche steps. Oh no, did I really? Hold on. Oh, thanks for tuning in from Australia. Good morning to you. So, it's for early morning, maybe. Woo! So, do you want Patrouche steps? Okay. Hold on. The sea trumpet's ice cold. That's about as far as you get. On sea trumpet, at least. Hold on. Too much fun playing sea trumpet, but that's one of the things I've actually started doing a little bit more, but I have really good relative pitch in B flat, so it's weird to play sea trumpet. But if you want to hear Giant Steps, I could play Dear John, which is a Freddie tune based on Giant Steps. A little Giant Steps, I guess. Hope you are doing well. Joy Spring. It is spring, so that is good. And I should play Joy Spring on my big mouthpiece. It's almost as big as the bell. Oh, this might make a good mute. Hold on. I don't want to drop this. I dropped this and I almost cracked it. So this is my birthday gift from my guys. How cool is that? And even has my logo on it. So, like that. So, anyways, Joy Spring. Cool. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Live Noodles. Thanks so much for your great support of the shop. We are still running. We are still shipping. We are just not working in the shop, and we can only ship like one day a week. But if you have questions about that, just email us. info@AustinCustomBrass. Joy Spring. Spring tunes are always good. Thank you for that request. Joy Spring, of course, Ciora. We always get the same requests. Fortunately, I know them, or some of them. A lot of times, though, it's great to review these because then you'll say a song, then I'll be like, oh, I don't really know that. So it's kind of like Clark Terry always had this great bit with the Tonight Show band, which was called Stump the Band. So eventually, I mean, somebody would call the most outlandish tune that nobody ever heard of, and he would actually go and do this Mumbles version. That's kind of where Mumbles actually came from. So then if you hear it on a later album, it sort of has a little bit of a backstory. See Aura. So I'll switch to my flugely mouthpiece on that. Hold on. So that's the FX. Super deep. The other thing about playing Soul and Noodles, you get a lot more condensation in your horn. I was just trying to do octave leaps while circularly breathing. Got to work on that. Anyways, and so on and so forth. It's hard to play Strasbourg without a band. That's one of the problems you have when you're now home. So, Jim, how are you, my friend? I can't wait to play with you again. It's been too long. So, Jim's an incredible alto player there here in Kansas City and awesome college educator. So, but I saw, Cherokee. Okay, I'll play a little Cherokee for you. Cherokee, as Jamie Abrosol would say. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is totally raw. A lot of people say, well, add some stuff to your sound. And I'm like, well, with the live stuff, It's literally just a microphone. I'm just playing right into it. Well, not really right into it, so you'll hear me off axis a little bit. So, anywho. Of course, we're happy to take questions. If you have questions about playing in general, that would be great. And you don't need to hear me just go blah, 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 blah on Cherokee. So, Nearness of You, there's a great version of Nearness You here on YouTube. You can check it out. But I would love to I'd love to ask you a question. Actually, I will ask you a question. What are you practicing right now? What kind of songs are you learning? What's going on your neck of the woods in terms of playing? Because you got to keep your chops up, because as soon as this is over, everybody's gonna go to a gig. Everybody's gonna go to a restaurant. Everybody's gonna support art, because art, I think, is what's keeping us alive during all of this. At least for me, it is. So, what are you practicing? What's going on? Thompson Buzzing Book. I actually have played through that, and I like it very much. In fact, I've got two little doodads here that I use to. That's the burp, of course. Excuse me. And then I've got this newest tool that I'm going to do a review on. This is from one of my friends up in Canada. It's called the Buzzkill, and it's kind of cool because it has an adjustable. It looks like a 35 millimeter film canister for anybody who's older like me, but it actually has like a little bit of a variable resistance. So if I use it without resistance, but then if you add this, that was fairly loud. I don't know if it comes through on this microphone. If you do this, you can add resistance to it. So if I close it all the way, you can hear how much softer it is, I hope. All right, so you're swelling. But I do the Thompson book. I just don't do much of it. I'm more into stamp and chickwits right now. That's kind of what I do on daily routines, A versus B. Like today was a stamp day. Tomorrow will be chickwits. Kevin, let me scroll up here. Okay. Your swelling issues are probably not an allergic reaction in that case. The only thing that I can say, if you have an allergic reaction, it actually physically burns this top lip. And in fact, I was playing, I did a podcast earlier today, and I was using this is one of Clark's mouthpieces. That's completely flat, but it's also silver. So, I know Bohemian Rhapsody, sorry, Paul, but I always love your comments, and I'm so glad you have taken time to come in to the channel. If it's a physical burning, like your lips are like this is on your fire, then it could be a like contact dermatitis. So you might want to do a little research on that. We do not give medical advice. We do not give medical advice. We do not give medical advice. Talk to your physician or your GP in regards to this. But how's your water intake? Are you pacing yourself during your practice session? Are you allowing adequate rest? You can't just play an hour straight on the trumpet. You got to build that up for sure. You have to create endurance. Endurance is something that doesn't happen. So swelling is a byproduct of a lot of things, and it could not just be an allergic reaction. So that's what we see mostly is it's dermatitis, but keep well hydrated. Maybe make sure you're playing on a wet set. A lot of people dry their set before playing, so that's not always as good as well. So you want to make sure you're doing that. But I hope that keep coming with those comments. I don't know if that helps. Um, you know, make sure you do. There's a good mini lesson. Josh can't post links here, unfortunately, I think, as a moderator, but we can always share links on this after the fact. There's a really good mini lesson. We talk about forward pressure, which is basically trying to, instead of pressing this way, which a lot of us do, the octave key, I call it. Instead of doing that, you're trying to actually pull the horn away while keeping the set going. So it kind of sounds silly. I use both belt books. They're awesome. So there you go. There's your answer, Max. I mean, almost like where you're, if you can buzz it nice and relaxed. See how the buzz is then, I mean, this is training, so I'm not working on my tone right now, but I'm working on being efficient. So if I got the buzz going and it's working, oh, hold on. If I got the buzz going and it's working, the notes actually work really well. I'll do that again so you can hear me because I was talking and you maybe didn't hear it as well because I turned off my talking mic. We know that this is an amplifier. But even higher, you can do this. And that's literally just me going, pursing my lips together, trying to get a vibration to happen. And not forcing the air out. But this whole concept of forward pressure is that same thing about getting into the instrument. So yeah, I think the buzzing book is great for that regard as well too. But more air is not the answer. I got to tell you, more air is not the answer. Because watch. Turn this off. And I'll exhale all my air. There's still air in my lungs. Okay, I stuck a circular breathing in there, but so if air is the answer, that doesn't work. So I think that's common misconception one in trumpet playing is that more air is going to create a better result. It's not always the case. And it's player dependent. If someone is under supporting, of course air is a great answer. But if we over breathe and we push, look, this is a tiny throat. Okay? Look inside the hole here. That's a tiny throat. So if you're throwing all this air in there, you're trying to put 12 pounds of pressure into something that requires 3. It doesn't make much sense. So, yeah, I'm here to answer questions. If you have them, this is great. If you ask for a song request, I'll probably play it. Just want to, again, thank you for your wonderful support of the shop, especially during this time. We're keeping all of our employees hopefully gainfully employed, and they're doing a great job telecommuting. So you can always reach out to us and call us anytime, 816-410-0826. Okay, back to, someone asked for girl with emphysema. I mean, emphysema, so, but hold on. know if I understand your question. Is there sense to play on the lips? Do you mean like free buzzing? Like this? You mean something like that? So, inner urge. Of course, it's weird to play by yourself. Anyways, it's weird to play that without a rhythm section. So, which I'm actually kind of working on, and I'll share some refinements to that in a bit. But I remember when Peter Evans sent me this clip like out of the blue. I was hanging with one of my friends down here in my basement. And I got this email from Peter, and all of a sudden I was like, he's playing Inner Urge on piccolo trumpet. He goes, "Hey, I thought you would enjoy this," and I was like, so cool. FX is the best, isn't it? I love my FX. I use it all the time. So back to the lip buzzing question. I'm a fan of it. You have to understand that as long as you do something in a relaxed way, that's my whole thing, is to relax and not stress out about everything in terms of playing the instrument. But I'll disagree with you, Donald, because I know a lot of people like Clark Terry who free buzzed and it worked quite well for them. So, so just remember that if it works, something like might work for you, but it might not work for someone else. You can't just turn that opinion off. Oh, well, I use stamp, so stamp is the best method ever. But someone next to you might go, well, I tried stamp and it didn't work at all for me, but I tried this. And so, yeah, on pick. Hold on, I've got my pick. I'll grab it. It's actually easier on pick. You know, I don't know if he plays the melody. I can't remember. So, oh, my valve's a little slow. So, he's Peter Evans. He's the best trumpet player in the world. He can play anything. So, hold on. I'm just sort of thing. But Donald, it's better not to make blanket statements about playing, in my opinion, because something works really well for you. That's fantastic. Just remember, the guy next to you or the gal next to you might do something completely opposite and get a great result. So, oh, this mouthpiece is cold, but that's all right. Okay, still works. I'm actually going too high, aren't I? Sorry. That line's actually easier on pick. Anyways, it's not good to have an ice cold piccolo and play Brandenburg, but yeah, piccolo's fun. Please, more song requests, more questions, general. If you have a song request that I don't know, I'll maybe learn it for next time. I'm going to go put this back, but in the meantime, ask your questions. All right, I'm back. That didn't take too long. Again, thanks for coming to Live Noodles. It's kind of craziness, but in general, the horn that I play most of the time, and today I'm playing mostly, is on my Copernicus, the exclusive that we do with our friends at Adams. But anywho, I might not be getting any. Some more piccolo jazz. So, but yeah, there's a method for everybody, or as P.T. Barnum said, there's an ass for every seat. No, I don't know Blackburn pipes that well. Sorry. Too low. Sorry. Again, you're tuned in to Live Noodles. Hope you all are well. And thank you so much for the Stardust. That's like my favorite tune. And I was fortunate to play with the Artie Shaw Band. And it was number 9 in the book, actually. And that famous Billy Butterfield solo. So I love the Adams A8, but I like to change mouthpieces. I like to take this mouthpiece out and go, oh. So. Great song, by the way. Never let me go. I like to switch mouthpieces, so the A8 isn't that conducive to me. And fast threads, which I know a few makers make for taking things out, doesn't have the same stability power for me. It doesn't make much sense to have a threaded mouthpiece if you take it out very easily. I know it makes sense, but for me it doesn't. So fast slurs. Okay, let's see. I'm not getting your whole comment here, Ben. Let me see if I can. I just figured out a new thing on this. So fast slurs, people make it sound like it's just a tongue movement. For me, it could be that your distance between the notes too much. It could be the fact that the pliability between your lips is too rigid. In other words, it's like you're locked down and you can't move. A lot of people say to me, slurring is like whistling. And the tongue motion is like that. I don't know. I don't think about it. But what I do is try to, when I'm doing slurs, like even CDE, like this, hold on. That stuff. First try to get and this is kind of advanced, but it will work pretty well. Try to get the D in between. And the reason I'm saying that is because, and let's see if I can get that out of there. Thank you for your comment. The reason I'm saying that is because you're trying to shrink the gap, and there's a note in between there. You can hear that. Now it's not a technical, it's like a false tone, but what you're trying to do is just snap the C to E. If you can get the D actually to lock in, it shows like just the tiniest amount of motion that you need to do these. Barely see any motion. Then there's more motion. Also, it's about the book I really love when it comes to slurs, other than the Belk books, which I love because they're creative ways of doing things that we've done forever. And slurs can get very boring if you do them the same way over and over. So I really like his books for that reason. It's just a nice modern take on things. But I also really like the John McNeil's Flexus book, which he does. I mean, some of his exercises and flexes are really easy, like this one. Whatever that stuff is, I don't want to waste your time with that. But the Flexondo is really great, and it will help get you the point where you're getting gliding ability and speed all tied in one. So check those books out. They're really, I can't recommend them more. They really are fantastic books. So anywho, more questions, more comments, some yeah buts. I always like yeah buts, by the way. That's good, but if you have additional questions or song requests, let me know. I'll probably do one of these a week on YouTube just because it's fun and it's, what else am I doing? So. I really don't like that song, sorry. I don't like Desafinato. And I already quoted it on my solo to Impanema. Anyways, hope you are all well, staying safe, being safe. Share your music with people. Be sure to. Do you have one of your ultralight? You're not going to be able to hear it in this video. Nicholas, check out the most recent video we did of my assistant Kyle is doing a video from his house of all the Clifford Brown blanks. And he does the comparison between the ultralight and a few others. So be sure to check that out. John, thanks so much for your support. And look, I'm playing your horn. I guess it's our horn, but John is a proud owner of Copernicus. So, which my opinion is one of the best trumpets on the market. Of course, I'm highly biased because it has my name on it. So, I really appreciate your continued support of the shop. It means all the world to me because it helps me support my employees. And I am selling a few of my own personal horns just because I've moved to a few just exclusive horns. Basically, what I play is this horn, my A1, which I love, but it's ice cold right now because I haven't played it much today, and my Clark Terry flugelhorn, and my piccolo. So those are the kind of the horns that I play, and a lot of my other horns are going to be available. You can just email us, and a few people have already scooped a few of those up, like my Winton Bach and things like that. So thanks so much for your awesome support. I really appreciate you hanging out a few minutes with me. Stay tuned for another one of these live noodles coming. If you have more questions, reach out. If you have a suggestion for a future mini lesson, post them on either here on our YouTube page or also on our Facebook page. So in the meantime, you all keep tuning and have an awesome, awesome, awesome day, okay? Talk to you soon. Thanks for everybody for tuning. We'll be back for sure. Ciao.